Hello, Gemini. Okay, let's see what you got. Knight of Cups is your first card, followed by Four of Coins, Ace of Cups, Justice, King of Swords, Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Lovers. Okay, some interesting dynamics here towards the end of the month regarding relationships. You can see that you've got Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, Ten of Cups, and Lovers all in this bottom corner here. So I'm going to go through each one and talk a little bit about each one. The opening of the month for you, Gemini, is about a declaration that you'd like to make about what's on your heart. Knight of Cups can mean a couple different things. It's the card of emotion. He's got a cup, and Knights mean trying things out or experimenting with things. So, Knight of Cups can mean experimenting with saying how you feel in different ways. He's very idealistic. He's very romantic. This is actually a card of the message of love, oftentimes, but it can also read as a card of sacrifice, sacrificing your heart. Because he's wearing the winged helmet of Hermes in the Greek god tradition or Greek mythology, that's the card of the messenger. You sometimes see that archetype on floral logos, or you see it with just anything to do with the message. So it's message of the heart. So it can mean wearing your heart on your sleeve, showing your feelings, communicating your feelings, sharing with someone how you love them or your feelings of love for them. It can also mean having sacrifice. So sacrificing yourself for others, coming from a place of the heart and being willing to just operate from there. It also shows that you may have a little preoccupation with keeping the status quo, a little preoccupation with money. Sometimes Four of Coins can represent, I just need to hold on to everything I've got. It can sometimes mean feeling a sense of lack, feeling a sense of I need to pinch every penny to make sure I've got all my bases covered. Because in the Rider-Waite, he's got one foot on each coin, and then he's holding this coin in front of his heart and wearing this coin on his head. He's like keeping all the money as close to him as he can. So this can be like a King Midas card, but it can also be like feeling like you may not have enough. So you have to just keep the status quo, keep everything going just like it is. And with this card, I always like to point out that sometimes if you're too preoccupied with money, you can be blocking your heart. So be careful that you're not, if you're trying to let this heart, you know, it's funny. What I'm getting from these two cards together is that if the heart messages are trying to get through both in or out, sometimes being too preoccupied with money can be like prevent that. So be careful that you're not blocking these messages of the heart, both coming to you and coming from you because of a preoccupation of your financial status. Another possibility is that Four of Coins can just mean stability and that you're trying to keep things stable. You don't have time for, you know, emotional things, but you have something that you want to say. There's something on your mind. There's something on your heart that you want to share, but it may be that this is, keeping you from doing that because this can block your heart. Another possibility is you could be sharing your feelings about you know, your financial status. You could be opening up to a friend about your financial status or woes or desire for stability, or your partner, you know, the status of the household. There's a lot of communication and heartfelt communication about money matters here is what this is about. There's something that is perhaps lacking in passion. This Ace of Cups, this card is my cup runneth over. I'm full of passion. I love everything that's going on. I love this new project. Because it's in line with this Three of Swords, there may be some ways in which you're having conflict or relationship issues with a Queen of Cups person. This could be a water person or someone who's just very intuitive, very soft-hearted. It's telling me the passion may be gone. or how it was at first, full of passion, may have been running into problems. November may be a tough month for you regarding a Queen of Cups person. So this can be Pisces, this can be Cancer, or this could be Scorpio. Queen of Cups traditionally represents a water sign. So, and I mean, this could be a romantic person, or it could be like a sibling or a mother, or even like a counselor, someone who is an intuitive person, someone who is in the field of helping, guiding, very sympathetic, very tender, very traditionally very loving. This is, you know, pure love, pure radiance, pure fulfillment. This is everything. This is so much love in your heart that it pours over. And this is betrayal, disappointment, dissatisfaction. Another possibility, however, because they're both in reverse, is what may have been a falling out, what may have been, you know, there was love once, and then there was this betrayal or this disappointment or falling out of hearts. It could be because the disappointment is in reverse that you may patch it up, but you're going to go through a little bit more disappointment, some tribulations before you patch it up with this person. You also have Justice in reverse, so you may not be seeing things clearly towards the beginning of the month, Gemini. Just when Justice is in reverse, it means things are out of order. Things are not, there's some sort of injustice going on, or there's some sort of way in which things are not quite set right yet. And that might have to do with your heart. This is telling me your heart is not settled. There's something about a final verdict being rendered, or something about your heart not feeling full. There's some way in which your heart doesn't feel complete, or it's uneasy to me is what it tells me. You need justice to happen in order for things to become right. And it's actually in line with this 10 of Cups and Lovers energy. 10 of Cups is joy, peace, family. It's like the end of the rainbow where everything comes together and your heart is completely filled. 10 of Cups. And it's affecting your relationship here. This is Lovers. So there is some way in which some disorder, injustice in the family it's upsetting the peace of the family. It's upsetting your heart too. But you may be talking about it with your partner. There's something going on here about an injustice or something needing to be decided upon that's upsetting the family dynamic. This betrayal, maybe having to do, or disappointment, falling out, perhaps with this Queen of Cups. It also could be related to a King of Swords. This is another air sign, Gemini, or this could also represent you. King of Swords is someone who is principled. He tells the truth. He makes good decisions. He's got good judgment. It's interesting that he's following justice because he carries the same sword that justice does. This is the sword of the truth. And this is very Libra related, air sign related. She balances and weighs things out. And so does King of Swords. So it tells me that you've got this on your mind, Gemini. Even though this is a king, this could be a man who's an air sign. It could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it could be you in terms of looking off into the distance, trying to make the wise decision. It tells me that you're searching for justice. She's up here. And you're kind of looking off in the distance, but it tells me your mind is on it. And also, in line with all this blue mind energy, it tells me that you've got something on your heart. You're looking for the just way to correct the situation. And you may have some time that it's going to take before you recover from it, or that before recovery is made, before you arrive at the shore of smoother seas. So, what you might be having a hard time doing in the middle of the month is, and this is what you might be pondering about, Gemini, is what is your vision of how things can go so that this thing corrects. 3 of Wands is visionary, so it's dreaming what you would like to happen, the perfect world. How do you want things to go? This is 3 energy along with this in the middle of your month. So this is 3 of Swords. This is 3 ideas. 3 people, third wheel energy, betrayal, disappointment, sadness. and both of these are in reverse. And 3 energy is all about indecision and not, and maybe tension and anxiety, because 3 on the high side is creative, spontaneous, it's social, it's creative, but on the low side, it can show up as indecision, tension, anxiety. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, Gemini, if that's happening for you in the middle of the month, if you're looking for the decision, the wise course of action regarding something that has to do about a verdict being rendered or the right course of action, instead of spending time deliberating on it and having tension or anxiety about it, especially in relation to the family, I'd like you to put those energies into being creative, because that's the high side of the 3. If you can get creative and expressive, and you, Gemini, you are the third, you're the 3rd house, so you're all about communication and expression. So what I'd like you to do is consider how you can turn this tension or anxiety, this 3 energy, indecision, tension, anxiety, into the high side of the 3, which is creativity, spontaneity, social endeavors, and expression. It's a really great card for doing art. So if you can channel that indecision into art project, help use the 3 energy to help you envision how things can go perfectly. You know, maybe draw your ideal world, or write a poem about it, or write a song, or somehow communicate about it. That's going to help you make this decision move forward and correct this upset that's happening, because there is some sort of heartbreak regarding the peace of the family. This card normally represents joy, family, peace. There's something that's destroying your peace. And this can help you, envisioning it can help you correct that. So then towards the end of the month, you have, this is, in the reverse, this is slow recovery. 6 of Swords usually means travel. It can mean health or science. It often means going from stormy seas to smoother seas to new horizons. You rescue yourself through rescuing someone else, or this can be you rescuing yourself. What I'm seeing is that because it's in reverse here, it's going to be a little bit of a delay. The recovery from the situation is going to take a little bit of a while to happen. It's a little bit in shadow. And it possibly could be just that it's taking time to make a decision about what to do. In the meantime, be careful that you don't cut corners, that you don't act like a criminal, that you don't take unnecessary risks. 7 of Swords is someone who is kind of looking out for himself. He is a risk taker, and he does anything that, you know, he feels like he has to do everything by himself. And he feels like he has to kind of go out on a limb and do whatever it takes to make sure he's got his. Be careful about that, because Queen of Cups is watching you. Queen of Cups is seeing all of this behavior. So be careful that you don't take on the role in your desperation to keep money or try to fulfill your perfect world, what you're envisioning. Try not to be too risk-taking. Queen of Cups is a mentor here. She's on your side. She's actually got your best interests in mind, and she comes from an emotional place. So she is a very supportive, tender-hearted, emotional being, and she sees your temptation to maybe cut corners and maybe engage in risky behavior. But that's going to delay your recovery from the situation. What you do have nice towards the end of the month is your lover's situation. You've got you can find solace in your relationship. You may be able to have some sort of tender, loving-hearted feelings there, even though you had some of this disruption. You may be able to talk about it in the intimacy and closeness of your relationship, or even though you may have been having problems with the family, you may attract a relationship where you're able to talk about these things. Or in your current relationship, you may just have a big focus there, because she's looking away from this. There may be a different a different experience that you can have in your relationship aside from all this other stuff that's going on. So that's my reading for you, Gemini. I hope that you're able to take on the qualities of that King of Swords, because it is very air energy, just like you. It is the mental element. And I think that if you're able to find your creativity in the middle of the month, that's going to help you with any tension or anxiety that you might be feeling towards your heart, you know, water's pouring out of your heart. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, Gemini. If you like this reading, feel free to share it on any platform that you like, and feel free to check out my other videos as well. Thank you so much for watching.